Good morning everyone, I am Ira Kunanan, the leader of Group 3, and here are presentation for English Performance Task 2.
Characters of the story of Life Pi. Christine Molitor, Cattle or Pi, the protagonist of the story. Richard Parker, the Royal Bengal Tiger with whom Pi shares his lifeboat. Francis Adir Sami, the elderly man who tells the author's Pi story during a chance meeting in a Pondicherry coffee shop. Ravi, Pi's older brother. Santosh Patel, Pi's father. Kumar, Pi's atheistic biology teacher at Petit Senior a secondary school in Pondicherry. Jita Patel, Pi's beloved mother and protector. Satish Kumar, a plain-featured Muslim mystic with the same name as Pi's biology teacher. The Hindu Pandit, one of three important religious figures in the novel. Meena Patel, Pi's wife, whom the author meets briefly in Toronto. Pi's son, he plays baseball. Yusha Patel, Pi's younger daughter. The zebra, a beautiful male grand zebra. The hyena, an ugly, intensely violent animal. The blind Frenchman, a fellow castaway whom Pi meets by a chance in the middle of the ocean. Orange juice, the material orangutan that floats in the lifeboat on the raft of bananas. Tomohiro Okamoto, an official from the Maritime Department of the Japanese Ministry of the Transport, who is investigating the sinking of the Japanese. Dim Sum, the cook, the human counterpart of the hyena in Pi's second story. Atsuro Chiba, Okotamo's assistant, the sailor, the human counterpart of the zebra in Pi's secondary story.
The setting of the story, Life of Pi, the Pondicherry Zoo, the Pacific Ocean in lifeboat, a carnivorous island, Mexico, where Pi rescue, and Canada, where Pi makes a new life for himself.
And now, we're here in sequence of events, using plot diagram. First, we have the exposition. The exposition of Life of Pi includes the Pi telling the story of his childhood growing up at the zoo and in the Indian ecosystem. The rising action is when Pi is on the ship up to its sinking and Pi is put onto the lifeboat. The rising action is the boat journey because that leads up to the ship demise, eventually leading to Pi's journey of a lifetime. And the climax of the story is when Pi lost all hope. He confirms that he has no chance of survival. With that being said, he reaffirms his death by bidding farewell to Richard Parker one last time. The falling action in the life of Pi is when Pi is spot an island that composed of algae, meerkats, and water. After camping out in the island for a few days, he comes to realization that these islands become acidic at night and vacuums up anything on its floor. And the last one, the resolution. In the story of Life of Pi is when the boat landed in Mexico and when Pi got interviewed in the hospital by two Japanese men who, after heard about both stories, admit that one with the animals isn't realistic and decided to go with the Pi altered version replaced by human.
Theme of the story is spirituality and religion, self-perception, the diffusion of family, and the nature of animals. Life of Pi is a rich and dynamic text full of discussion of morality, faith, and the ambivalence of what constitutes
Challenges of the characters. The challenges in the story of Life of Pi is when the ship he and his family are traveling to Canada on sink. When Pi is stranded in the middle of the ocean with the animals, especially the tiger, Pi also faces terrifying weather conditions that makes life at sea unpredictable. And also lack of food and water, predatory marine life, treacherous sea currents, and exposure to the elements. Overwhelmed by the circumstance and terrified of dying, Pi becomes distraught and unable to take action.
The moral lesson of Pi is that woman has the ability and
try to imagine a better world for himself. Well, it's a story about imagining things more than that. The most important aspect for moral of the story is that it is a story about perseverance and not giving up hope.
And now we are here to compare and contrast the viewing and reading of the story Life of Pi using Venn diagram. Viewing. In viewing, our minds visualize the situation easier. And in reading texts are made of paper with words on the pages that you have to read to interpret the story. And in viewing, it's a story on the screen that you just watch. It tells the story for you. And in a text, the author spent a life of time providing the details of characters, events, objects necessarily to help the reader to create a mental image of the story in a short reading. And text is more detailed. In viewing, you will understand the story more. Similarities of these two are viewing and text are similar as they both tell a story and give details and information about the story. Also, they both present the stories and introduce the characters.
Comprehension and the contrast Venn diagram. The main things to consider with compressing clip to text is how will the flame conveying the other's message we are drawing to be explained books and partition.
Characteristic of P. This is article examine if and how characteristic of a appraisal system used for secondary school teachers affect job satisfaction. Settings of P. Such that show P specific measurables, achievable, relevant, and timely smart. Plot of P. A young man who survived a disaster at sea is heartened into an epic journey of adventure and discovery.